As the pandemic is mostly getting over, the Indian EdTech industry has started feeling the heat wave that is arriving towards their business. With schools and colleges opening up, the demand for online tuition is almost soaring and affecting the revenues of these companies significantly in the past few months. Hello and welcome to VARINDIA News Hour. The EdTech companies are the worst hit among all startups as funding dries up because of the recession among other reasons, forcing them to lay off employees. According to a survey, the Indian startups have already laid off nearly 10,000 employees this year. About one-third of those are from the EdTech industry. In many cases, these are teachers and educators that have been working from home during the pandemic when the prospects of startups were booming. This sudden increase in competition led to a number of other changes in the digital market. Owing to the increased number of advertisements for similar products, the cost per conversion escalated multiple times. This drastically increased the cost of investment in the EdTech business as the margin between investment and profit shrank to become thinner. This led to incurring losses in most of these companies. The Indian EdTech startups were able to raise $4.7 billion in 2021, up from $2.2 billion in 2020, making EdTech the third most funded startup category after e-commerce at $10.7 billion and fintech at $8 billion. EdTech companies broke all records in terms of fundraising in 2020 and 2021. Right from pre-product to late stage, startups across stages managed to mop up back-to-back rounds without any hassle. Byju's, Unacademy, Vedantu, Upgrad, Eruditas, Class Plus, Bright Champs, QMath, Leap and Teachmint emerged at the top of the list of startups raising money during 2020 and 2021. Consumers have reported that certain EdTech platforms are indulging in predatory marketing practices and unethical conduct, which include auto-debiting course fees from parents despite parents stating that they wish to discontinue the course. This led to the government issuing a warning against such practices of some EdTech platforms while mulling a common policy to regulate the industry last year. When considering EdTech as a complement to traditional schooling, instead of a direct replacement, EdTech modules have an upper hand over traditional textbooks. Better navigation of resources, multimedia graphics, and interactive elements allowing for a more engaging educational experience. Let's look into today's headlines in VARINDIA. Monthly mobile phone exports reached $1 billion mark. Monthly mobile phone exports from India touched the 1 billion mark for the first time ever in September, boosted by the government's PLI scheme, which has pushed global players such as Apple and Samsung to increase local production for the domestic as well as overseas markets. The mobile phone exports for April to September more than doubled to $4.2 billion from $1.7 billion in the corresponding period of 2021. Previously, the highest monthly export of cell phones was in December 2021 when $770 million worth devices were shipped. TataPower hit by cyber attack. TataPower has reported a cyber attack on its IT infrastructure, impacting some of its systems. However, the company stated that all critical operational systems are functioning. The company has taken steps to retrieve and store the systems. Restricted access and preventive checks have been put in place for employees and customer-facing portals and touchpoints as precautionary measures. Wipro changes its statement, says moonlighting is fine, but don't work for rivals. In yet another blow on the moonlighting issue, after firing 300 employees who were allegedly caught cheating on Wipro with a rival, the company has softened itself on moonlighting. Wipro's CEO, Thierry Delaporte, says that moonlighting is fine, but it's unethical if their employees work for their competitor. He simply said that Wipro's contract specifies that people can't work for their rivals. Due to the practice of working on side jobs, people were facing financial uncertainty when top IT firms such as Wipro and Infosys were holding back promotions and hikes or introducing pay cuts. Apple fined $90 million by Brazil court. A Brazilian court has again imposed a $19 million fine on Apple Inc. and ruled that battery chargers must come with new iPhones sold in the country. This comes after a lawsuit was filed by the Association of Borrowers, Consumers and Taxpayers, alleging that the brand is committing abusive practices by selling its premium devices without a charger. Apple has asserted that it will appeal the decision of the court. The company was fined nearly $2.5 million last month over the same issue and was also banned from selling its iPhones in Brazil until it is planning to offer a charger too in the box. Airtel launches Always On IoT solution for vehicle tracking. Bharti Airtel has launched an Always On IoT connectivity solution which will help in vehicle tracking through GPS. Using the IoT solution, emergency vehicles such as ambulances and other passenger vehicles can stay connected through different mobile network operators, thereby ensuring continuous tracking and safety. As per the law, all registered buses and taxis have to mandatorily install this device. The Government of India recently made it mandatory for vehicles carrying hazardous goods to also have a tracker installed that complies with AIS 140 standards. That's all for now. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to VARINDIA News Magazine. You can download the VARINDIA app from Google Play Store and Apple App Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.